canyons and caves are potentially dangerous places. An accident can happen anytime. A swift, focused intervention by trained rescuers is crucial for the well-being and safety of a casualty. The greater area around Emangre in South Garo Hills has a growing community of cavers. Their organization is the Ancient Cavers and Explorers Society. In their occupations, all of them are involved in the tourist business, mainly guiding customers into popular spots like Wari Chora, Kalengrim Canyon, and the Nakama Caves. In order to establish a first responding and rescuing scheme, the initiative was taken by Core Geo-Expeditions experts who performed a 2-day workshop, the main goal of which was to raise awareness for the consequences of a canyoning or caving accident in remote areas, and to promote a mindset to prevent accidents during their excursions and explorations.
My name is Richard Hudson. I'm from North Yorkshire in the UK, and I'm a leader controller in a local cave and mountain rescue team. I've also been working in the rope access industry, teaching access techniques and, more importantly, rescue for quite a few years now, more than 20 years. When I came over here, I was asked if I could run or help run a short training session for the local guides in case somebody gets injured or incapacitated in one of the local caves or canyons. So with the leader of this expedition, we decided to come up with a short training workshop and scenario so that we could help the local guides in case there was an emergency. That went from what they do in the first instance, who they contact amongst the local authorities, all the way through to running and operating in an accident scenario in this case, but potentially in real time.
A real-time exercise is planned in Kalengrim Canyon for day 2 of the workshop. To assess the location and prepare the exercise, Rich Hudson and Jane Doe are visiting the canyon this morning. Assisted by Vicky and Mike, they chose the assumed accident site and figure out how the rope section on the steep and narrow access path should be rigged for the stretcher transport, and decide which technical gear is needed the next day.
So we did a workshop on one day, some medical training on how to assess a casualty and look after them as a first response, and then how to move that casualty out of a difficult situation to a point where they could get some definitive medical help. So this was run over 2 days. I covered an area which was packaging a person into a stretcher and then moving that stretcher through a difficult environment.
While the afternoon workshop was going on, expedition co-leader Ayush Singh went to see the local medical subcenter in Emangre to get information about the treatment capacities and equipment of the medical infrastructure in the area. There are 3 levels: medical subcenters, in some villages, Emangre, Tolegre, Nengkong, with nurses or medical officers present and a stationed basic ambulance vehicle that can operate on paved roads but not on dirt roads. The Intermediate Primary Healthcare Center, PHC, in Siju, with a physician present, same stationed basic ambulance vehicles. The Regional Hospital in Bagmara, with an intensive care unit, 2 to 3 hour drive from Emangre. The alert scheme with the important telephone numbers was prepared by Ayush for the ACEs and Core Geo members in order to be able to reach the right person and give the needed information to the medical staff in case of an accident.
Got a member of the expedition to act as a casualty with a broken leg.
The rescue exercise was planned as a partial real-time exercise with a scenario involving a guided group of tourists where one of the customers had taken a fall, resulting in severe lower leg injury. On this exercise, the elements of the previous day's workshop would be applied and trained.
The local chaps worked incredibly well together. They were a little bit loose and incoherent to start with, but it was very obvious that they could work together, and certain people came up as an on-the-spot leader, and they moved a casualty through the canyon and then did some very successful rope extraction to take that casualty on a stretcher up a steep path, and then back to our waiting vehicle. Overall, very, very impressed with the way these guys worked, and their ability to become a cohesive team was excellent. So I'd like to come back in another year and continue that training, but as a first response, I think they did an excellent job. Guys, is this the first time you've done a rescue exercise like this? Yeah. In that case, hats off to you. That was incredibly good for a first go. Really, really good. Speed and timing was brilliant.
The first responding team needs to take along a first aid kit and a radio as a minimum. There is usually a phone signal at the entry points to the canyons and caves, but certainly not inside. Here, a relay person with a radio and a phone is needed. All rescue team members must wear a helmet. One person should identify himself to the casualty and talk to him or her throughout the rescue, letting the casualty know of progress and obstacles ahead. Take notes on the casualty's condition to be passed to a doctor, initially by radio/phone and later in paper form when handing over the casualty into medical care. Take it slow and be focused. Rescues can sometimes take a long time.